Hello, my lovelies. Well, if you've been here with me before, you know it's been a while since I've really made a reading where I channeled my thoughts or pulled some cards or anything like that. It's been a couple years, so if you've been here with me before, I appreciate you guys coming back. I did post a video about my little moth encounter the other day. The previous parts of that I know you guys didn't see because it was just on my Facebook. I can always share it later if you guys want to see, like, when I found the moth and, you know, when he was alive and he was in my car and, you know, everything that happened that led up to that video if you want to see it. Anyway, I've just been feeling really led lately to share, I don't know, some of my knowledge, some things I've learned along my healing journey. Anything that would help you guys out there in any way, really. I have readers on YouTube that I watch, you know what I mean, that have helped me tremendously through some hard times. A lot of us that are going through this same journey, you know, in the collective and all of that, are going through similar things at similar times, right? So a lot of that is we're isolated, we're by ourselves when we're going through these things. So it's been very comforting to me to find somebody online that I could relate with, that I watch videos of, that were just so on point with what I'm going through, what I was going through, and that felt like I had kind of a best friend and somebody to talk to, you know, about, and just to listen. I don't know, it was just so nice to have that that relationship and that feeling of just being comfortable and being heard and seen. You know, I think you guys know what I mean. Anyway, so I've been feeling a little called to change up careers a little bit and switch paths for a few different reasons. I can talk about that another time. But part of it is me just, like I said, help spreading and helping, if I can, the knowledge that I have. So I'm going to be putting in a little more time for these videos and just sharing anything that comes through to me. Hopefully it'll be a comfortable place for you guys that you can come to and hear something, any synchronicities, anything that's like, oh yes, I knew, a confirmation, you know, anything like that, or anything I feel. You know, hopefully this is a comfort space for you, like I said, and you can come here and know that you have safety and a friend in me to chat with and you know, hopefully connect with you to help you grow on your journey. So I don't know, the first thing I guess I'm kind of feel led to be talking about is my relationship with, like, my true self, right? My authentic self. So I want to speak on that a little bit because a lot of us out here are walking around with masks on. You know, you can tell even yourself if you've grown a bit, you know, which if you're seeing this video, I'm pretty sure you've grown a lot, because the stuff that I've been healing through, my true healing journey started about 9 years ago. So, I mean, it takes time, you know what I mean? And patience for sure. I can't even tell you how many times patience came through. But when I reflect back on the 9 years and where I started at the beginning, there are some obviously similar characteristics that I have now that I had then who are of me, and that's fine, and that came through with me, and beautiful parts of me. But there are some parts that throughout those 9 years, even before that I've left behind and I've had to let go of, you know what I'm saying? And just, it was kind of the death of that part of me in a way. You know, they are a part of me and I still love that person, but that version of me is no longer needed now. So if you guys are here, I'm sure that you're in a place where the version of you that is no longer needed, and it's a level up and a step up right now of where you need to go and what you need to do. It could be for a lot of you overworkers out there, people that are overgivers, that have been doing too much and really not taking care of self like you should. This is the time to take care of self, right? Because that old saying, it's so true. You can't love anyone until you truly love yourself. And I, as a lot of people did, I didn't really understand that when I was younger. I didn't really get it. I didn't really, I thought I loved myself. I'm like, I do love myself. What are you talking about? But my goodness, no. Even most recently, there was ways that I've seen that I wasn't truly taking care of myself like I thought I was, and not paying attention to myself like I thought I was. So things in my environment, in my reality, are reflecting back to me, like the way other people treat you. For one, it is in a way a reflection of how they feel about themselves, but that reflection is also a mirror of you in a way, if that makes sense, right? So if you're not showing up for yourself, if you're not trusting yourself, and if you're not truly loving and nurturing yourself, you will draw and attract those people to you that don't care about your feelings, that don't give a shit about nurturing you or your relationship, that come and go as they please. People that feel that they can treat you that way and you let them come and go as they please, you're teaching them how to treat you, and you're teaching them to treat you like shit, okay? If you look at how you treat other people as your own example, you're probably a super loving, like I said, caring, and a giver, a pleaser, right? You love that. But part of our lesson for this time and this space right now is to receive, right? This year, for most of us, what I'm seeing, hearing, talking to, reading, feeling, is that all of us givers, it's time to give to ourselves, and it's time to receive. So the uncomfortable place, right, of receiving, because we're used to doing, right? Our comfort zone is doing and working and proving ourselves and all of that. This is not the time for that, and this is not the year for that anymore. Okay, we're past that already. We've given, and it's time to receive. We deserve it 100%, just the way that we would treat any of our loved ones, any of our friends, anyone we truly care about. Think about how you treat them, and think about some of the treatment that you receive in return, right? I'm not saying those loving people that is reciprocal. I'm saying that people that you might allow to cross boundaries, or that you've not spoken up to speak your truth, you know what I mean? And really tell people, no, this isn't okay. This doesn't feel good. I don't like this, because that's our comfort zone of being used to not speaking up for ourselves, right? But how uncomfortable does that become over time when you just feel like you're being stepped on and like you're not appreciated, and it's it's shit. It's shit feeling. So go back to, remembering who you are and knowing that you deserve the same treatment that other people receive from you, right? But you do have to give that to yourself first. There are ways that if you're like, wow, that person thinks they can come and go as they please, let me set a boundary. They don't ever ask how I'm doing. They don't ever come check on me. They only come talk to me when they need something, or, you know what I mean? I don't care if they claim to be your friend, your best friend, your family member, whoever it is. It doesn't matter who it is. If they're not being reciprocal in the energy that you're giving out, a boundary needs to be set with them and with yourself. Okay, knowing that you are worthy of accepting more than that and deserving of more than that. The shift of energies is so immediate. I can't even believe it sometimes. It's immediate, and if you've been on this journey a while, you know how quick that stuff can go, where you're just like, holy shit, it does feel like magic, I'll always say it's magic. I love magic. I love magical things. You can just be more scientific about it and say it's all energies and how energies work. Excuse me, confirmation, thank you. But that's how it goes, right? I prefer to call it magic, and I just like to sprinkle glitter all over everyone and let them know how wonderful they are and bring them up to me, right? I'm not going to come down to you if you're feeling bad about yourself, and if you're, talking bad about yourself around me. If you are anything that's negative that you're speaking like that, I don't allow it, okay? You have to speak to yourself as you are royalty, as you love yourself, because that truly makes a difference. Even if you're joking around, you keep joking around, like all truth is said in jest, right? Including to yourself. 10, as I said that, 10:01. So, 10 is finale, the end, the ending of things for new beginnings, right? It's the end of you accepting less. It's the end of you accepting less than you deserve from yourself and from other people. As soon as you start to set these boundaries and speak your truth, you might have been seeing a lot of blue lately for your throat chakra to speak your truth. I know I have. In the background here, even with my beautiful dragon painting that I need to get back on one of these days. I'm talking trucks, signs, apartment buildings. At soccer a couple weeks ago, almost everybody was wearing blue and white. Like, it's been crazy, the blues that I've seen. And again, at the beginning of this video, I said that I've been being pulled to speak or to do more videos to kind of help whoever I can out there to be a comfort zone or whatever, a comfort place. But part of that blue is I know I needed to get on here and do this, right? Throat chakra. There's something, somebody needs to hear that I'm saying, okay? And if it's not for you, then dismiss it. But I'm not planning on doing any hashtags or any kind of nothing. It's all about energies. And I know if you guys are open to receiving and are ready to hear what I'm saying, then you'll find the video, right? So it's all good. I really hope I bring you guys some comfort and some help. It can be trying, trust me. I've been tried just this last couple days with knowing that everything works out for the best, that I don't need to stress, chill out, right? Calm my tits. Excuse me, confirmation. But what it is, you kind of get off not off the path, but you kind of get in the fog a little bit, right? And you get caught up in the mundane things of life that is not magical, of us focusing on anything that's lack or whatever. As soon as you switch that mindset around, you start to see that focus in your life, okay? I've set boundaries with people and immediately had either them fall away, apologize and come back correct, or be replaced with somebody who did respect the boundary that I was putting up. And I'm talking immediate. I'm talking it was within like the first probably half hour, maybe less than that it came in. You know what I mean? So including stepping into your power and being your authentic self. I can't even tell you, even right before making this video, I'm sitting here, okay, I have to get ready. This has to be right to make the video, the lighting, my hair, let me take a shower, you know, because I just came back from the gym, right? So I was going to get in the shower and get all ready and do this because I had just posted some art on my whatevers, blah, 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 my other work that I do. And it was like, no, dude. If you're going to be talking about being your true authentic self, then you have to be that, which means this is what I look like after I get back from the gym. Makeup's a little messed up. It's not a big deal. My hair's a little bit everywhere. You know what I mean? So I've been chilling with Bubby. My dog, he's getting a bit older, so I'm trying to spend as much time with him as I can, and I have to be a bit more patient with him also because he's slower moving. He doesn't walk as well. You know what I mean? So anyway, so sitting here and trying to get all ready and make sure everything's perfect to do this video. It's like, no, dude, just sit down while you're painting for a minute, having your coffee, and do the video. It's not a big deal, right? So yeah, being your authentic self really is most of my point of the video. Anyway, if you can sit down, and if you're at this point and hearing this video, I'm sure you're at the level that you've been sitting with yourself and trying to listen to your feelings more, right? Quiet time, I call it quiet time, quiet time, when there's too much chatter and noise from everywhere else going on, and I just need everybody to shut the fuck up, right? So I can hear what I'm saying. I can hear what my angels are saying, my higher self is saying, God, universe, whatever you believe in, it doesn't matter. You can hear what they're saying when you quiet the chatter around you. This is why we sit in indecision sometimes too, because we're going from our head, thinking from our head logically, too logically sometimes, myself included. Maybe what other people were saying or thinking that you saw online, that somebody told you, that somebody said when you were 8 and you overheard it, and that's still in your brain, you know what I mean? You've been delving and diving through these feelings for the last, probably quite some time. If you're here, I want to say congratulations too, because you need to celebrate yourself and don't just push to the next goal, okay? Take time to celebrate the process and the time you're in. It is about that, because if you hit the next goal and you don't celebrate it and you work to the next goal, don't celebrate it, work to the next goal, what the fuck is that? That's not a life to live. That's not enjoying the moment, right? Yeah, you can check off the list you did it, and yeah, yay, I did it, and post, yay, I did it, but you're not stopping to breathe in it, to settle in it, to nurture in it, right? To wrap yourself in it and be like, I fucking did that shit, bro. And not only did I do it, I did it again, and I did it better this time. And all that shit I got through before, I got through all this stuff this time. You know what I mean? So, guys, just for sure, try to be your authentic self and pause and realize how beautiful and strong and handsome you are, how far you've come, and celebrate yourself for a minute, okay? So, back to the authenticity. If there's any ways, so sit with yourself, quiet your mind, right? And just kind of meditate on it for a minute of what comes up of ways that you might not be true to yourself. So I'm trying to think of an example of kind of what I did that helped with that. It was that, but what came to my mind, well, besides making the videos, of course, you know what I mean? Even some that I've been doing more recently on my Instagram and Facebook of art that I do, right? I've been a tattoo artist for 24 years. I've been an artist my whole life. I still probably prejudge myself or hesitate or whatever to post, or am I saying the right words? Am I doing it right? All of that. I've been scrapping that shit and throwing it out the door, right? Have you ever noticed that when you glance at something, or even yourself, or whatever it is, and you're just like, wow, that's just so beautiful. But the longer if you just stare at something and like overthink it and look at it, it starts to change its form, right? It starts to get kind of deformed and shit. Have you ever noticed that? What I've noticed is that's kind of how intuition works. It starts to get distorted as you think about it too much, right? Your intuition comes from your soul, from your heart, from inside you, okay? That is always your direct map, guidance, coordinates, all that is in there, all what you need. Not in here. You might be the smartest person in the world, but if you're not navigating with your heart and your soul, it's all robotic, right? Yeah, I can't do the robot. Anyway, I wish I could. In my head, I can do that shit really well, but in real life, no, I cannot do the robot. Anyway, so if you want to flow with life more and have a more beautiful experience while you're living, stop and celebrate yourself, and don't worry about what others think, and follow your intuition about, the distortion, that's what I was saying. So when you follow your intuition, it's usually, you might have heard other people say this, it's very quick, right? It's a quick nudge, it's a quick little fleeting of a thing where you're like, ooh, but it goes away quick. That doesn't mean that it's not correct, right? That's all you need is that's what you need to learn to listen to. Just because it's not there screaming in your face doesn't mean that it's, not for you. So with the distortion, what I'm coming up with, my point of that was, when you don't follow your intuition and you overthink things, it starts to distort what you truly want and what you're going for and what the focus was and all of that, right? So try not to let it distort. The longer you stare usually at yourself in the mirror, it starts to distort. The longer I stare at my paintings, if there's something that doesn't look right about it and I look at it more and more and more, I find more things that I think are wrong with it that I have to fix. As soon as I calm down for a minute and I get up and like go reheat my coffee or take bub out or whatever it is, and I come back, even if it's 2 minutes, right? And I come back to it with fresh eyes, guess what? I'm like, oh, wasn't nothing even wrong with that. Like, I'm glad I didn't fix anything, okay? It's the same way when you're looking at yourself, and it's the same way when you are following your intuition, okay? You know which is best for you. But we've been trained to listen to all these other people and all these other, opinions to weigh in on our lives, because it's other forces and other people and other whatever's trying to control us for their own good, not our own good. We know what's best for ourselves. If you take time to trust yourself and appreciate yourself and listen to yourself, I promise you your guidance will be on point. Okay? You will see synchronicities. You will see signs around you if you're looking for them. Whatever you focus on comes to you. So if you find yourself focusing on the lack, focusing on the worry, focusing on everybody's going to think you're stupid and ugly and whatever, that's what's going to come to you. And guess what? If you do step into your authenticity and share your true self in whatever creative way that may be, either online, or maybe you want to do an open mic or write a poem and share it with a friend. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe you took a photograph you want to show people, but you're scared to, and because you want to be a photographer. I don't care how small it is. I don't care how dumb you think it is. It's the most important thing that you share that with whoever you're feeling to share it with, and that you have your self-esteem behind it. You have your confidence behind it. You know what I mean? When you share it, to know that it is beautiful, it is perfect just how it is, and you made it just how you wanted to. It doesn't matter if any other opinions want to chime in about it. Whatever they're saying, whatever opinions they have, if they're criticizing something that comes from the heart from you, that means they're just too scared to share what's coming from their heart, right? That means they judge themselves because they're judging you, right? We have that, people treat you how they feel about themselves. I'll spit it out one of these days. So if they're judging you, be quite sure that they're judging themselves very harshly. So there's no opinion of theirs that you need to take, okay? There's no reason for us to judge anyone, right? Again, when we judge someone else about whatever circumstances they're going through, which we don't know the backstory of any of it. I don't care what they look like. Look at me. I'm sure I get judged for how I look. I don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me. I have people that come up to me all the time that tell me how comfortable my energy is and things like that. And that's what I portray. And that's what I know I put out. So anybody that wants to judge that and it can be in the shadows. I don't have to know they're judging me. That's not the point. They're not looking inward at themselves of what they need to fix, of what they think people are judging them for. Okay? Does that make sense? So if you have the time to sit and judge somebody, there's something that you need to be looking at within yourself that you don't like. Okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. So 2202 as I say that. So put whatever out you're thinking, guys. If it's your, look at this, one of my little paintings I'm working on, my little birds, right? Like I said, I've been a tattoo artist for a long time. I have to learn. I learned from tattooing kind of some backwards ways that I have to unlearn for my art and my creative process that were hindering me a little bit, right? One of them being that I think I'm having to cater to what I think people are going to want to see, right? What art or whatever it is. No. That's too much up here in my logic, right? That's a logical way of thinking. That's not coming from my heart. That's trying to be almost like controlling and strategic, you know what I mean? And not being my true self. So when I pull that mask off and I'm like, nah, I don't really care to control. And I just want people, what do I want from putting my art out there, right? I don't care if people like me. I don't even care if they like the art. It's not about that. Anyone who sees my art and likes it and feels some type of way from it, a magical way, I want to evoke a magical feeling, a loving feeling, and an inspirational feeling. Any of that I would love to evoke 2323 as I'm sharing my stuff. Really, that's all I care about, right? If I get to do a tattoo from it or sell a painting or do whatever, that's an extra bonus, trust. But I really love when people look at my art and feel the way that I feel when I look at other artists' art that I admire and I can just stare at all day long, right? Just gaze at it, and it takes you to another world, and it makes you feel powerful and empowered, and just the love and the vibes you feel from it, right? You know what I'm talking about, you guys. So there's something out there that you guys need to put out there. Again, it might be a painting, song, poem, I don't care what it is. A new dance move, videos like these that you need to be helping somebody with, something you need to put out there, okay? So just be your true authentic self. Remember, if anybody judges you, it's something within that they're not happy about. So let that shit roll off your back, okay? We don't tolerate that around here. You love yourself no matter what anybody else is thinking, okay? They don't know what you've been through. They don't know what you're going through. They don't know how far you've come. You should be fucking proud of yourself, okay? I'm trying not to cuss so much, but I can't help it. Sometimes my emotions come out. anyways, I don't know where these videos are gonna go. I appreciate anybody who took the time to come here and listen to me, and I hope that it helped a little bit. My name is Lindsay, if you haven't been here before, and I appreciate you guys so much. I am the Dragon Queen, and I will talk to you soon.